This is your winter rundown 155. Let's get it. All right, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our rundown. The second episode of our rundown, actually. I didn't get to be on the first one, but Nam and Dan done a really good job starting off the new format with a bang. So hopefully everyone enjoyed it. I didn't see any negative feedback over it or any feedback at all. So I'm assuming everyone liked it. It seemed like so.
No feedback is good feedback in my book.
Yeah. So, that's definitely a W. I enjoyed it. I listened to it. I had to figure out what was going on in Hell's Paradise and stuff. So it was definitely a good wake up call.
Well, the good news for you, Tyler, is that we're here to make sure that you can easily navigate through these next couple episodes as well.
There you go. They're the smart ones, not me. I'm just here to look pretty, I think.
So, yep. You're the face.
Yep. But anyways, like we always say, make sure you rate us on the wherever you listen to us at, 5 stars, thumbs up, whatever kind of thing that they got going on. We're doing videos now for the rundown, so make sure if you want to watch our videos, you go to the YouTube, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you like the videos now, like the videos, and maybe comment on them. It helps us out a lot. Linktree.com/anime Degens for all the other stuff. Do you have anything to say to add to that, Nom?
No, not really. Just that it makes a lot more sense that now we're doing it weekly. You might as well just, put it all over the place. So that way you guys don't have to keep bouncing between different platforms. You have your platform of preference. We want to be there on your platform of preference. So,
Exactly. And plus, we want to be consistent, and now that we're doing DGen episodes every other week, that makes the YouTube not be consistent unless we upload to that too. So, consistency is key, they say. And that's what we're trying to be. So,
yep.
but with that being said, today we got a new show joining us. Y'all been waiting for it. It's Frieren season 2. We're going to talk about episode 1 and 2. We got Jujutsu Kaisen season 3, the Culling game arc. We're going to be talking about episode 3 and 4. And Hell's Paradise season 2. We're going to be talking about episodes 2 and 3. So, with that being said, Nam, you want to get us kicked off?
Yeah. Everyone, grab your notepads. You're gonna need to jot everything down here. We're gonna be talking about episode 3, about the calling games. That's the name of the episode. It's not. I'm not telling you. No, you guys, it's the episode's name. All right.
It's one of the best PowerPoints you'll ever see. But I tell you what, they need to figure out how to turn it to dark mode. That shit was blinding sometimes.
Nah, dude, that was highly interactive. That was cool. No, so we start off though. Everyone gets to meet Tengen for the very first time, except Yuki. At this point, too, we get to learn a little bit more of Kenjaku. And this was a really interesting part because this was kind of before the whole PowerPoint started. Um, and it was really, really cool. One, to see how he greets everyone. He greets them by their titles, right? But how he was very dismissive of Yuki.
Yeah, when was the last time that he seen her? Was it back when Gojo and Ghetto or
We're
whatever?
we're together, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was previously a star plasma vessel.
Oh, Yuki was?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. So, but I noticed she always hung around Ghetto and Gojo, so I assumed that, back in season 2 when they done the little flashback thing, it was when Tengen actually met her. I just didn't know for sure. So
Yeah, no, they had met before, but so outside of that though, the Kenjaku story though was pretty interesting.
yeah, it kind of was. I mean, we obviously know some things about Kenjaku. We learned about him last season or whatever, but now we're learning a lot more about him. I love that his name is basically like a combination of like net of compassion and rope of salvation. Yuki's the one who brought that up, and
Yes.
I was laughing at that because like it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the image of what Kenjaku is trying to do. You know what I mean? Unless
Not at
that's his
all.
way of being compassionate. I don't know. Um, he does have a messed up head probably in order to be capable of doing these things. So he calls people monkeys. So does
Yeah. No, I mean real twisted guy. Real messed up. Maybe at once he was like a holy person, someone was highly treasured, but maybe it's become now where he got twisted somewhere along the ways.
I hope
I
we
mean,
actually get to that sometime and see what went wrong. Like, where did it all go wrong? You know what I mean?
well, we learn at some point that Kenjaku has been around since like the days of Sukuna, which
Yeah,
means that he's
long ass
also a
time.
1,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But we learn about this actually when we start learning more about Tengen and the prison realm. Because if you remember right, the whole thing with Tengen was is that he assimilates with the star plasma vessel every so often, and he continuously does that throughout his years, right? And that's how he was able to keep his being. That's how he was able to keep barriers formed everywhere. That's how he was able to keep, rule, if you will.
Yeah, peace
Um,
and not chaos. I guess that's kind of the why chaos is like erupting everywhere right now, right? Other than Gojo being sealed away, he just doesn't
exactly.
have that control like he used to or whatever. So
Exactly. And another thing that we learned too is that another star plasma vessel hasn't actually been born or manifested, which is extremely odd, but I mean if it were just that simple and another one appeared, right, then I guess the situation wouldn't have a need to be so dire.
I wonder if they can actually like if a star vessel would actually show if actually showed up. I wonder if they could actually like assimilate with that now, or if it's too far gone. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll get to that in just a moment. Um Another little bit of interesting tidbit that we learned here was that Kenjaku was actually Noritoshi Kamo at some
Mm-hmm.
point in the past. Probably the one who actually, like the founder, if I had to guess, because Kenjaku's been working on this plan for a very long time. And what plan is this, you're asking? Well, this is Kenjaku's plan to simulate humanity and also Tengen's being after failing to assimilate.
Basically, he wants to take over the world. What all the people wants to do,
Yes. um
in his own way, of course.
and it's crazy too. Like the information delivery was absolutely phenomenal. This is where it actually went into like the whole PowerPoint and it was like leading into different things and charting out the paths and honestly say what you will, but this was so cool and just expertly executed.
Yeah. Uh, I know an anime that could take notes, Nam. Could you
A few
guess?
of them, I imagine. But I have one in particular.
Slime.
Yes. Just get it out of the way. Stop
Yeah.
boring us. Fucking 5 Cowers season 4.
I mean, they could have like if Jujutsu Kaisen can literally do something like this and make it halfway fun. Obviously it was a lot of info dump there, but if they can do it, so can Slime. They just gotta be more creative. So shout out to Gigi for doing this thing here, figuring something out that's actually fun.
Yes. Um, but no, so the plan though is set into motion to assimilate humanity with Tengen. And the whole thing started around the Star Plasma Vessel, which is where the whole concept of JJK 0 comes in, right? So, or was it in that? No, I don't think it was in that. No, it was in season 2. Sorry.
Yeah, season 2. Yeah.
During that little flashback scene when they're going through everything and they're having to escort the Star Plasma Vessel, this was what started essentially the plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Everything started falling into place after that point. So.
yeah, and it's all about getting everyone to become cursed so that way it overflows into everyone. And then essentially what he will do is turn everyone evil because once the scales tip, it floods to everyone equally. And so this whole thing is really, really thorough in the fact that it wouldn't just affect all of Japan, it would affect literally the whole world.
Which
And
is
the whole world
insane.
would literally just destroy itself.
Yeah, because it would be nothing but like people like Sukuna, essentially, or maybe not that powerful, but you get the point. It'd be like cursed beings, I guess, in a way, just everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's not good. That's not good at all.
No, the farthest thing from good. Um, One thing that was interesting though is how Tengen mentions how easy it would be to assimilate with him now with literally anything,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting because before he couldn't assimilate with a normal human. It had to be a star plasma vessel. And I'm just wondering, do you think he's more of like a cursed like a curse now than he is actually a being? And
I
maybe
think
that's why he can be assimilated with anything?
I think he actually said that he was closer to being a cursed spirit now than an actual like god or whatever he was. You know what I mean?
I may have missed that part.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said something like that because that's the whole point he was trying to make with about the cursed spirit manipulation, because now he can be targeted by that since he is more of a cursed spirit, and he can be forced to assimilate basically. That's why he's got to have you know, that's kind of why he's like shut himself in or whatever. So
Yeah.
so and the thing is like this is where Kenjaku come out again, right? Like his plan is starting to be fully his plan is starting to come fully into effect because like now Tengen has evolved this far and is can be manipulated by the cursed spirit manipulation, but who has that? It just so happens that Kenjaku or Noritami or whatever the hell his name is.
Noritoshi Kamo.
Yeah, Noritoshi Kamo is in ghetto now, which that was his big thing was cursed spirit manipulation. So
Yep.
it's all starting to come together. They always say a blind dog can find a treat every now and then or whatever. So here we go. But
Yes. Which brings us now to our next point though. And just this next part was crazy. The connections and the plan. This is where everything was revealed. How the Star Plasma Vessel, the Six Eyes, and Tengen, they're all connected by fate. Everything is connected by fate, right? And Tengen tried twice previously, or not Tengen, Kenjaku tried twice previously on Tengen. The very first time, he failed. The second time, he was much more thorough and actually killed both users within a month of each other through their birth. At the time when assimilation was to happen, they both appeared.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happened, the three of them were always destined to meet up at the assimilation date. No matter how, it always happened. Which then brings us to another very interesting individual who we got to meet during that little flashback in season 2.
A badass, one might say.
We're talking about Toji Zenin, the only one who was gifted the Heavenly Pact that literally put him outside of sorcery entirely. If you guys don't remember, quick little flashback to Toji, his big thing was he had no cursed energy at all. He had zero cursed energy. Every human being has some cursed energy. That's how they can interact with everything. By him not having cursed energy, he was able to not only pass through barriers without being detected, he was able to sustain much more damage as a result. He was much stronger because he had no cursed energy.
He was basically like a freak of nature, like an anomaly, you might say.
And the thing about it too is fate. Fate is connected to Tyler.
All three of them.
Not just that, fate is connected to cursed energy.
Yeah, gotcha. I
Guess
totally
what
didn't know
fate
that.
guess what fate can't see?
uh,
Rather, guess who fate
to-
can't see?
obviously Toji.
Toji. Which is why he was able to kill the Star Plasma Vessel on the day of assimilation.
Yeah, which is insane still to think about that Toji was able to accomplish that with Geto and Gojo, being the guards basically. So,
Yep.
because at that time, Kamo wasn't in Geto, so he was actually his own person.
Yes.
So kind of insane
Yes.
that Toji was able to do that. That's just how powerful he was. So,
Yep. Now, after that, Kenjaku, after the failed attempts, learned about the prison realm and sought it out because instead of killing the Six Eyes, he just seals it away. And now the Six Eyes can't actually intervene because two users cannot exist at the same time. When you're in the prison realm, you still exist. You're still alive. So,
yeah.
as a result, Kenjaku ended up obtaining that cube.
Yeah, and that's pretty crazy too. Like that's a interesting fact is that like the six eyes or whatever, there can be two of them. So, he's tried before in the past to just kill them, but they would just pop up. And it kind of reminds me of like devil fruits. Once the original, fruit owner or whatever dies, that gets, respawned somewhere randomly in the world, but it's not that random here. It just respawn, like it just gets given to someone else. So after two mistakes, he finally learned, like, hey, I got to figure out a way to actually make them not be a problem to me, but I can't kill them. And it just so happens that, the next piece of the puzzle just falls into his lap, which is insane. He's just so lucky, man. I can't get over
he,
that.
he really is. He's just falling up.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
Buggy.
That's crazy. Kenjaku's buggy confirmed.
Kajaku's just
Um,
a more evil buggy.
so the Culling games though is a plot to prepare for Tengen's assimilation with Kenjaku. While he cannot be the game master, this also means that the game continues if Kenjaku is no longer around. They further go over the rules, and then we also learn Tengen has the back of the prison
Which helps a
realm.
little bit. It doesn't help a whole lot, but at least gives them an option.
Yes.
So gives them hope, I guess.
Yes. Anything you want to cover on this section here, Tyler?
Um, so like they was talking over the rules again, right? I'm sure y'all did a good job last episode, explaining the rules or whatever, going over important ones or whatever.
No, we literally just wanted to point out the ones that we wanted to talk about, and that was it. I mean,
Okay.
if you want to know, you can
You should
read
have watched
them.
this episode because this is what
Just
this episode was.
yeah.
Yeah. But I found it interesting that that they, in order to like win this situation, they have to create a new rule to kind of get out of the Culling games, or allow certain people out because they want, who is it, whose sister is that?
Megamis.
Megumi's. They want Megumi's sister to get out of the Culling games because obviously she's kind of disabled or handicapped, uh, or whatever. So obviously she can't like compete in the way that the Culling games is set up. So basically, they have 10 days to create a new rule that is smart enough. They have to be smart enough to create this new rule to be approved by the game system or whatever, all while trying to free Gojo at the same time, defend Tengen, and also survive themselves in the battle royale. So, in order to create a new rule, they have to get 100 points, which is going to be hard in itself because somebody's got to kill somebody a lot. Somebody's got to kill a lot of people in order to get those 100 points. I think the max that they can get is like 5, I'm pretty sure, per
Yeah.
kill. That's the max if they're like high level
Well,
or
no, no,
whatever.
no, no, no. That's generally if
Oh,
it's
it's
sorcerer. If they're a sorcerer, they're 5 points.
okay. And I think it can scale up based on like the power level or something, I think is what they said. Um, so there's a lot of it's basically like long odds to get all this happen because they're spread so thin and they got everything going against them right now. It's just going to be interesting to see how exactly they get this done. But they did say that Gojo could make all this work in like a split second. The problem is Gojo's not here. He's kind of sealed up. So, do you think
Yeah.
like do you think Yuta is the one that's going to be able to get the 100 points? Or you think it's going to be like
Oh,
multiple people or what?
Yuta could probably get it easily,
Yeah.
but he's not going to be with them, which we'll cover in a moment.
Yeah.
Kenjaku is the owner of the front of the realm, of the prison realm, and is the only person capable of opening the doors. We learn of 2 new cursed weapons, but they are no longer around. Yuta actually went abroad looking for more. That's what he was doing with Miguel.
In Africa.
Um, but then we learn of a sorcerer named Angel, who's apparently 1,000 years old.
Yeah, she's super old and this is the first time we've heard of her. So, I was instantly thinking of like, Naruto. You know how we talk about like the end of Naruto with Madara. You know how Madara got too strong and they had to ride in the Otsuki or whatever,
Yeah.
Kaguya or whatever. Do you think that this is kind of like what happened here? Is maybe uh like all this got to be too out of hand and he was just like, oh, I gotta throw him a bone here.
Nah.
No, you think that like the angel maybe has been a plan from the get go, kind of.
Well, no, not necessarily, because when they were talking about the weapons, one of them was either destroyed or sealed abroad, which means it's just not accessible, and then the other one was actually used on Gojo. a year
Okay.
prior. So yeah, it's not like they intentionally meant to get rid of both of those, but Angel was always a backup plan that I think is a long shot to begin with. I
Yeah.
don't think she necessarily wants to help anyone because she probably lives by her own rules.
Yeah. I just wonder, like, why, if she's 1,000+ years old or whatever, why is this the first time we've heard of her? You know what I mean? That's the only thing I was saying.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. I mean, again, seclusion. You
maybe.
don't live to be 1,000 years old by flaunting your stuff and bragging about it.
True, true. Another thing I was curious about, like, I wonder if Ghetto actually knows, or like Kamo, if they actually know that she's there.
Um, Maybe. I mean,
Or
it's
maybe
tough to
maybe
say.
maybe he just don't know about her, possibly. Cuz you know, like, he doesn't, if he knows about her powers and he's leaving her alone, then that's a mistake by him. You know what I mean?
That or could be that again she can nullify curses, so kind of smart to stay away from that one and not mess with her.
Oh, so you think it might be more along the lines he's just scared of her?
And not scared, but again,
Being
tactful.
cautious, being cautious.
Not even being cautious, just being smart.
Yeah.
Don't pick a bone with somebody
It might be able to
that
whoop your ass.
you don't want to fight.
Yeah, okay.
And if they're not known for retaliation, then you're fine. Then it doesn't matter what you do. They
Makes
won't ever
sense.
retaliate against you. He's being smart about it. He's not being a coward.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be very easy for them to actually get her on the side, so
No. Um Last thing is the stage is now set. Everyone has their objectives. So Maki will go and retrieve cursed weapons from her home. She'll look for Panda and then join the games. Yuta will join the games right away. He's not going to care at all. He's going straight for her hands. Yuta's joining into the games. Um, Yuji and Megami will go visit Kinji, who's actually the suspended third year student. We'll learn more about him later. Yuta claims that he is stronger than him.
interesting.
Um, but then the last thing we get to see is a meeting with a new Culling game player, Fumihiko Takaba. He is trying to be a comedian. He's not very funny, apparently. Tyler,
I
does
don't
this guy look like the guy in the OP to you?
I don't, I
The
didn't
guy in
even,
the guy in the half suit, right?
I mean, it could be, I guess. I
Go
didn't even
go
really make the connection.
go rewatch it and then watch like just the end of episode 3 where they show him, and I'm pretty sure that is who he is.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
This dude's got to be important though for us to be shown like his backstory, kind of, right?
Probably just motivation as to why he's going into the calling games
Oh,
type
okay.
thing, if
Yeah.
I had to guess.
Yeah. Uh, one of the I mean, I thought this whole section was kind of funny or whatever. And Maki always taking shots at Panda is actually insane too. Just like one time Tengen was like talking about like brains or something. Something happens to their brains. I think they was talking about if they don't participate, blah blah blah. And Maki's just like, what about the panda? He doesn't have a brain.
Poor Panda.
Yeah, he's just taking shots and he's not even doing nothing, bro.
He don't deserve
Crazy.
all of that.
Oh man.
All right. Is that it for the episode? You got anything else?
I think so. I think that's it for the PowerPoint. It was a lot actually, but that's it.
Cool. Are you ready for this next one?
I'm ready as I ever be.
I mean, are you sure you're Tyler? Tyler, are you ready for this next one?
Hey, look, this is the reason why I like JJK so much. It's this episode. It's things like this episode. This is why I like JJK.
Episode 4. Perfect preparation.
Dun dun dun.
Maki approaches her old home and makes way to the vault, passing over Noya, who's just being an annoying prick.
Like always, he's scum, bro. Like
She's walking, hang on, she's walking down a hallway. She gets screamed at by her mother on the way down.
like she just gets treated so badly, right? But
Yeah.
But shout out to Maki though. Like I thought it was funny that she give it back to him, Nayo. She was like,
Oh, yeah.
you can recognize women by their faces now. Usually you only look at their asses. And I was like, bro, giddy, bro. That's a damn burn. Nayo's
I
just over
mean,
there just acting like a spoiled rich brat,
yeah, definitely like that.
Yeah.
And even then too, like he's saying some other things, and like, oh, you're just gonna hide behind Yuta or Megami, and she just walks away,
I
pays it
mean,
no attention.
yeah, I don't know. Like how I mean, I understand how she can be treated like that in her own like clan slash house or whatever, but damn, come on now, shit, it's
Yep.
horrible.
We get a scene of Jinchi and Naoya, and the two of them are talking. The Jujutsu Kai community has actually dubbed Gojo an accomplice of the Shibuya incident, which is just crazy to think about in general, considering how much work that he actually put in to save it.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see it, but I mean, it's kind of ignorant. Maybe they're like spinning it like, oh, he got captured. That means that he wanted to get captured. You know what I mean? Something like that.
I think it's more or less they just want to get rid of Gojo because of how much influence he has, and so this is the perfect opportunity.
Look at the world. They got rid of Gojo halfway, and look at the world now. What if you get rid of Gojo the whole way? It's gonna be even
They
worse.
they ain't ready for it, but
Yeah,
that's the road they're willing to go down.
it's crazy.
Um, but this has created the perfect opportunity to strike against Megami,
Hmm.
and that's exactly what these two are trying to do
Yeah, because they want to be, the leader of the clan. They don't want Megami to be the leader.
now. Inside the vault, Ogi has removed the cursed weapons and cuts down Mai and Maki. Mai gives her life for Maki.
This is kind of sad. I ain't gonna lie.
Kind of sad. This was really fucked up.
It
Dude,
was.
she walks in there and he's like, "You don't think I don't know what you've been planning all this time? You dirty, rotten girls, you're all just a problem here."
You're failures. You're the reason why I'm not the head of the clan right now because I'm at power levels and all this stuff. I'm right there. I'm at the top, but I'm looked down upon because of y'all or whatever. I'm like, damn. So tell them how
Because
you
of
really
my
feel.
disappointing failures.
Like
Like,
shit.
okay, dude, chill. Ain't that
Uh.
serious, bro.
Oh yeah, it was kind of
Um,
crazy, bro.
but then also too, just the fact of how hard that initial scene went, right? Like Maki was so composed, but she had no idea the power like of that cursed blade coming out of the broken blade, right?
Yeah, she didn't know it turned into a lightsaber.
No, and that was her downfall, which is unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
Um, but then as they were both tossed outside, Mai crawls up to Maki and essentially like saves her, right? She takes away all of her pain.
Mm-hmm. He heals her. Is that's what she can do? She can just heal a little bit or whatever.
Yes, but it also cost her her life, which
Mm-hmm.
she was more than willing to give up. However, there's a thing about it, and um, she was saying how Jujutsu society doesn't actually recognize twins and how they're such an anomaly because they treat them as the same individual. So if one person wants to do something, that'll happen. If another person's trying to do something or something opposite that hinders that other person, it's going to hinder them. Well, Mai never wanted to get any stronger. Maki did. So what happened is that Mai ended up leaving Maki as the only being now of the two, but in return, she did her a favor.
Yep.
I'll take everything. The cursed energy too.
Which which is good for Maki. Which is very good for Maki.
Yes. And remember what I was saying earlier in the previous episode about Toji? What was so unique about Toji?
Has 0 cursed energy.
Yes.
And now guess who has 0 cursed energy? Thanks to Mai. Yours truly, Maki.
And so, yeah, my God, she gets up, she's crying, Mai's dead. All of these cursed beasts, grade 2 or lower, are now surrounding them. And all Ogi can do is turn around very, very quickly. She's slaughtered them all, right? After getting up, Maki kills Ogi ruthlessly and then proceeds to slaughtering. This is literally the definition of a massacre. I swear, Quentin Tarantino probably had something to do with this episode, the way how the blood was just squirting out everywhere. This literally looked like it was Kill Bill.
Yeah, that's what Dan was saying. That Dan would not stop talking about Kill Bill and Quentin Tarantino during this, and he's
Yeah,
not the only
because it's
one.
true.
He's not the only one, and
it's true though.
I was
Look at
wondering.
it.
Yeah, I was wondering why he meant that because I hadn't watched it yet, and then I watched. I'm like, this literally reminds me of Kill Bill, bro. Like the whole vibes felt like Kill Bill. So
Dude, and then like this whole thing just went absolutely insane, right?
mm-hmm.
I mean, she took down all of those guys in that one hall like it was nothing. Um, there were a total of 6 members of the Hay, right? And she pretty much took all of them down.
Yeah, easily. By the way, easily.
Yes. And like there was the one scene where there was the 3 of them gathered up, right? She like plucks the eyes out of the one guy, or like, plucks his throat out. And
Yeah.
then the giant hollow eyes just like focus in on her, and she like reaches out and he starts bleeding from his eyes. Like she was directly attacking his eyes through the magic. Keep in mind, through the cursed energy that she can no longer see or feel. She can sense it though.
Mm-hmm.
Like Toji, she can sense it.
And yeah, this is insane, bro. Like I don't know if she's on the same level as Toji, but she's like pretty damn close. I think you give her some time, and she is.
She's gotta be. I mean, they were literally saying, what was it, Naoya, right? As he decided to finally jump in, he was just going ham, and he was like, "You're not like him. Don't you dare compare yourself to him." Obviously, Toji.
Yeah.
That's the only person. And then all of a sudden, there was that fucking last moment where she hits the 124th perfectly every time as he's running at her.
Yeah, and he was still so confident, bro. He's like, you can't counter me or blah blah blah, And she's like, she just doesn't say anything. She just, just
Just counting.
yeah. That's the thing is she was counting the whole time, and then you're just like, oh shit, like who's gonna win this or whatever, right? And it was so satisfying, bro. Like I was so happy to see Nayo get his ass handed to him. I was so happy. No, you don't understand. I
Oh
hated that
god.
dude.
It was so great. Um just absolutely bodied him. And then so you saw when he was crawling away, right?
Yeah.
You know who stabbed him, right?
Yeah, his mother. I mean, no,
Okay.
not his. Not
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
his
it's
mother.
his mother too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so they
Nobody liked him. He
yeah.
was a
So
fucking arrogant prick.
that was
Nobody liked Naoya.
that was Maki's brother too, right?
Yep.
So I got you. I didn't make that connection, but I thought it was pretty funny that Maki went in there and like basically almost killed her. And then before she died, she went in there and stabbed him. So I was like, man, this is great. So, um,
Yeah.
I think between that and like
Oh, you
the
know what?
what?
No, sorry. Cousin.
Oh, cousin. Okay, so they're not brother sister or whatever, right?
No, they
So
are cousins
okay, but anyways, that's still great that Maki didn't kill him. Somebody from the clan did kill him though, so that's honestly great. Um,
though. Yeah.
I think that's my favorite part, like her just beating the shit out of Nayo, and also like the dude that you was talking about bleeding from the eyes or whatever, and like she just walks past him with the head or whatever, throws in the water, and that was so
Yeah.
great. Like he was like, "Yeah, we won," and you see Maki just walking past him with hanging a head or whatever as he just slumps over. It's so great, man. This episode was like a 10 out of 10, honestly. So,
Absolute peak.
but yeah.
Um so at the end of it all, the entire clan was slain. There was no residual left behind, but cursed energy was found in the wounds of the victims. The Gojo and Kamo clan have moved to remove the Zenin clan from the Big Three. The issue has been tabled, and Maki leaves the residence.
hmm And it also like kind of lets us assume that she also killed the people, the Zenin clan that was not there that day, because it said there was like so many members that wasn't there, but they all
No,
died.
that is everyone.
Oh, okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's everyone there was the people who died.
Okay,
That's who they were putting as the obituary.
oh, I got you. Alrighty. Well, I mean that was a great episode, honestly. I'm
Absolute
hoping
peak.
we get more like that because, like I said, this is what I watched JJK for, not the PowerPoints, but for this episode. So,
Yes.
but,
All right. Take us away, Tyler.
oh,
Let's calm down a little bit.
yeah, let's let's chill the vibes a little bit. You know what I mean? Let's get started on our first episode of Frieren season 2. I know I've been waiting a long time for this. You've probably been waiting a little bit, for it too. We love Frieren around here. So, but episode 1, shall we go then? And so the first thing I want to talk about is like the opening scene and kind of remembering where we left off at because it's been a little while. It's been over a year. And they're leaving the where they got the mage, where they done all the fighting and stuff. They was trying to get their mage first class mage certificates, that way they can advance further north, right? um and remember, Frieren didn't get it. Frieren didn't get her first class mage because Siri just wanted to be a bitch.
No better way to put it.
But
No better way to put it.
she really liked Fern though, so she gave Fern a first class mage. So now you know this is Fern's party basically. She's the first class mage. She's the head honcho now, obviously. But honestly, what really stood out to me is like I didn't know how much I missed, like all the art and the Evan Calls, the Frieren music, until like I started watching this first episode. Like 3 minutes in, and I was just already like smiling, like man, this is so good. It just brought back good memories. What about you?
No, it was very nice. I'm glad that the art just it looked like nothing had changed at all, and I was really glad to see that. Um The music is again just a nice calm melody in the background that really helps set the kind of pace of the show, and it's a really really good compliment to it. It was so well done,
Yeah.
just like before.
Yeah, and I was kind of worried about like maybe the production, kind of taking a step down or something since this is the second season and it's going to be a shorter season or whatever. But I don't think I have any, thing to worry about now. I think that they done a really good job on the first couple episodes. So, uh,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, the next thing we go, like I said, we're going north now, and that consists of like taking a few stops here and there. And the first stop, they're just chilling like usual, and we see like Frieren like digging around in the bush, and there's like, why is she up so early? This never happens, And Stark was like, did you praise her? And she was like, yeah, I did, I promise. We can't let this opportunity pass. We got to give her good praisings for doing something good. Um, but it turns out she's looking for a magic nullifying stone. Um, which is pretty cool that something like this exists. And apparently they're really expensive. So, but I thought it was pretty funny that, you know, this was Frieren's new toy. And Fern still like tried to be, she still had to be the adult here because she's like, Frieren wants to take it with them because it could be worth so much money. But in doing so, they would put themselves at risk because obviously they can't use magic when they have it within close proximity, and they have to have it in close proximity. So she's like, quit playing with it, put it, go take it somewhere or whatever. You're gonna kill us. It's dangerous. I was laughing so hard at that. No, it wasn't even funny.
No, this was a really good reminder too of like just how silly the show is.
Yeah,
So I
just
enjoyed it too.
just the little small moments. Like we're not even like doing anything. We're just like traveling and stopping here and there and just doing bullshit. So, but
Yes.
then they move on. They start traveling again, and then all of a sudden they fall through the ground because it just collapses, and they fall into a cavern. Um, and guess what's in the cavern?
A lot more magic nullifying
A
stones.
lot more. So now I thought it was pretty cool that the most powerful mage probably in the world, and Fern, which is a really good mage on her own. They're basically normal people now, and that's what they told Stark is like, hey, you're the man now. You gotta be the defender. So, we can't do shit. So it's up to you. I'm just thinking, poor Stark always gets the shitty end of the deal. So, but
I mean, he always does. That's
yeah.
why he's the frontline man.
I don't think the frontline man is supposed to be getting the shit into the deals all the time. I mean, look at Eisen. He didn't get the bad end of the deals, right?
Well, I mean, he wasn't doing it right.
He just, maybe Stark just didn't learn good enough from Eisen. So, uh, but in this cave, everyone's chilling. Frieren's actually sleeping, and Fern's just scared to death. She's like, something could happen. And obviously, something is going to happen. And that thing just happened to be a big, scary dragon that also happened to be venomous. So, this is where I say poor Stark again, because he's the one that's got to face this. And like, even for a frontliner that has taken down a dragon before, right? Because he's done it before, but going head to head against a poisonous dragon in a confined space, that's not a good ideal. That's a recipe for disaster. So, um,
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting choice. But I understand why they made it a poisonous dragon because, then it brought us to like the next section of like the flashbacks or whatever, right? And I thought that like comparison between the current party and the old party is still perfect. You know, they did it before and now they're doing it again. And I think they're landing like it's smooth as hell. And we see once again, like Himmel, just how much he rubbed off on Frieren, you know, and I miss that too. You know, that's what this is about. So,
I mean, not just that too, but then like also the parallels in how things were and just how much Frieren really does miss a lot of that stuff. Because you see the times where they're getting carried away in the past, right?
mm-hmm.
And what was the priest guy again?
Highter, the drug.
Hector, yeah, he was like, why do I always have to carry the heavy one? And then the heroes over there like, because the light one says you smell like alcohol.
It was so funny,
But
but
then
it's
it
true.
cuts but then it cuts back to the present day and it's like Stark and he's literally just holding onto her coat, dragging her behind her, and like the poison's creeping up on her, but she's just smiling the entire time. She doesn't care about anything else. She's just remembering the good old days.
Yeah, I mean, she trusts Stark. You know what I mean? Like, she has full faith in him. I'm not sure if I would. I probably wouldn't if I was looking at a freaking poisonous dragon that could probably spit acid on me. But you know, more power to her, I guess. I don't know. Um, but I really enjoyed that whole scene. Like I said, I understand why they did it now because they wanted to show that comparison or whatever, and it was a good comparison. It just shows how, you know, similar the state of beings are. So, um, but after they get out of that, they make it out of the cave finally, and they continue north, and they end up seeing a, I guess, a small a stat, like I don't even want to call it a town. It's like got like a couple buildings in it. It's like a little pit stop along the way. It's got a bar and, you know, inn and stuff like that in it. But uh so that was pretty interesting to see. Like they get to meet like Warble and all of them, which is still trying to recruit Stark. By the way, he just won't. He just don't want to give up on the good frontliner that he's seen. So, um,
I mean, it's tough to want to do so, especially with how strong Stark can be.
yeah,
You get him past that cowardly point, and he's easily one of the strongest people.
I was gonna say he just doesn't know about him being a coward most of the time. You know, he's got to have a
Yes.
girl in the background going "Gambale, gambale." uh, uh, but yeah, we also got like a pretty interesting plot point, or like I guess storyline here too. You know, the vibes have been awkward between the party because of like a mishap in the forest during bath time or whatever. So like it's interesting seeing like Frieren actually, I guess, being able to notice these things now because old Frieren couldn't do that, you know. So I think this shows her like, you know, leveling up in a way, you know, like
Probably being more attuned to humans than she
yeah,
was in the past. Like she mingled with humans and stuff like that, but she never really thought about things from their kind of like perspective until Fern came along. And now she's really taking like a huge interest in it, which is what we're also seeing too with Stark. Like
yeah.
she's not just taking interest in Fern, but in humans in general. And this is, I think, a good first step to really showing that.
Yeah, and also like you mentioned, like when Fark,
I
when, for,
don't know who's that character. I've never met them before.
that's just me shipping two characters. It's fine. But
Oh,
anyways,
okay.
you said when Fern came along or whatever, she kind of started changing her ways and stuff.
Bark.
Also, yeah, I don't know what I was doing with that, uh, but anyways, I think I have to give some credit to Himmel too, because like her constantly looking back and seeing what Himmel did, and stuff like that is allowed her to help herself change as well. But that could only be possible because of Fern, because of Stark. Uh,
Yeah.
so I think it's an interesting thing, seeing her like, go to this next phase, I guess, or whatever, develop even more, feelings or whatever. And she's actually trying to get Stark to figure out if he wants to be there or not because like she knows something's up, but even though that she knows something's up, she doesn't quite know that it's not that serious. She ain't got there all the way yet, but she does know something's up. So she
Yeah.
told him to go hang out with Warble for a while. That's his chance to get out if he wants it. Let him take it or whatever. um, so he goes and plays and stuff like that. But him and Fern get to talking later on, and we get another flashback. And I thought it was pretty cool, seeing that like Fern was actually the one that kind of helped him, uh, you know, fought that dragon in the beginning. And then we get another flashback, and it was pretty smooth the way they did it. And it was like, this showed her perspective, like as they was running away from the poison dragon. She was so scared, but she kept playing with her bracelet that Stark got her. I thought that was like a really cool touches. Like that's what Frieren, the anime, really thrives at, is showing the little subtle things through the character's actions. So I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed all that or not, but
Yeah, no, just the small little details were really that's what the show really excels with, is the subtlety of things. Like if you can pick up on it and just catch those little nuances, the show gets a lot deeper as a result.
hmm but yeah, that was a pretty good episode in my opinion. That's not a lot happened, but like this is what we come to expect of Frieren. Like there's episodes like this, and then there's episodes that are pretty action packed or whatever. It just depends. But both of them are really good. So, do you have
Yeah.
anything else for the first episode?
No, it was just it was a good intro. I'll
hmm
say that. It was a good welcome back.
Yeah, it didn't like throw us to the wolves. It introduced a little bit of tension, and it kept the same vibes that we knew from the past. Because if you remember, like the end of last season, it was pretty tense, like for a long time. So,
Yeah,
uh, with all the the mage training or whatever. So I'm glad that we got an introduction like this to kind of like remember what happened. So, uh,
for sure.
but now we got episode 2 called Hero of the South. And this is when we get introduced to the first mission actually. Uh, and it's not a very hard mission. They've done it, a few times here and there. They actually get asked to polish a hero statue and they would get a reward. And we walk up to the hero statue, and what are we expecting? We're expecting Himmel.
Himmel.
Exactly. That's the only hero that we ever known, because he's the one that, one of the ones that brought down the Demon King, right? So we go to him and it doesn't look like Himmel at all. And I'm like, excuse
You guys
me.
did it wrong.
Excuse me. Do you know like that Dwayne Wade meme? Like of the statue or whatever? I
Yes.
instantly thought of that because I was like, man, like they really messed something up here. This doesn't look like Himmel at all. So turns out it's not actually supposed to be Himmel.
Nope.
Shocker. It is actually the hero of the South. Obviously, that's the title. So, but we'll get into more of the what or who the hero of the South is later on. So, first I want to talk about the reward for cleaning this statue, and it's a spell that lets you scratch the spot on your back that really itches. Are you interested, Nom?
Fuck yes, I am. Dude, sign me up. I am on my way right now with some bronzer. We're getting that bitch sparkly clean. Like it was built yesterday.
Exactly. I will spit shine that thing. If it takes me 4 hours, I will have it looking the best in the world, bro. Because
Dude,
I want
you
that. I
tell
need
me
that.
I get a good back scratching,
You ain't
I'm
even
fucking
gotta count on
in.
anybody.
I am in.
Just be like, snap your finger. I don't even know how it works. Snap your fingers, and it just instantly starts.
Just
Itch be
just do
gone.
do.
I mean, peak, man. Like that's the best spell I've ever seen, in my opinion. So, uh, but yeah. Now that we move on to the next bit of things, because that was the best thing of the episode, obviously. But we get some new lore. Like I said, we were just gonna talk about the hero of the South, kind of what he is, who he is. Because this is the first time we've heard about him, and it's because like we haven't really been this far north before. This is the first time, so it's kind of weird seeing someone else being called like humanity's strongest, because that's what he's known for. Because like in our minds, like Frieren is like the humanity's strongest, or like Himmel was at the time or whatever, because he killed the Demon King, right?
Yeah.
But um apparently he battled all seven sages, including Aura, and he killed three of them, and one of them was the right hand man of the Demon King. So I kind of get it, because like Himmel and Frieren and all of them, they only killed two of the seven sages, and not even the right hand man. They just killed two of them. So this dude did it by himself, all at once. They were fighting all at once, and he still did it. That's kind of insane, ain't it, Nom?
I mean, insane is one way to put it. Just absolutely ridiculous is what I would go with personally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this man displayed something that realistically doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're talking about a demon for one, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're besting this demon, okay? And not only that, but he is also the right-hand man of the demon lord with 7 sages behind him.
All at once versus
All at
one.
once.
Versus one.
Like, are you kidding?
And to top it all off, everyone's got their unique powers, right? All the seven sages. Like I said, we know of Aura. She's got the scales or whatever. All the other ones had powers too. Obviously, they're the tops of the demon army or whatever. But the
Yep.
right hand man, he had super advanced observation hockey. He could see 1,000 years into the future. And the hero of the South actually was able to defeat him, even with that. But it cost him his life, because they died. He killed him as they traded, basically. So,
Yep.
which was interesting to see. But still, like, that's a feat. Like, being able to defeat someone that can see 1,000 years into the future. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah. No, that's super big brained.
Himmel could never. uh
Don't I wouldn't go putting that much disrespect on his name.
Well, let's see what Dan has to say. He said, "Hero of the South is way cooler than Himmel. I'm not here to say it, but I'm saying it."
Well, there you go. He ain't here to say it, but he's saying it. No,
uh,
honestly, this dude was really cool, and I'm glad that they actually introduced someone else that um
was the powerful
honestly
figure, I guess.
and had such influence as well.
Mm-hmm. He also had
You
a cool
know,
mustache.
I don't know if I would go with cool mustache, but he definitely had a mustache.
Where else do you see that kind of mustache in this world? You don't.
He,
He's literally the only one. Why ain't there more
he
people?
is.
Like, if he's such a respected individual of history, why isn't there more people trying to copy him? Right?
I mean, because only certain people can pull off that mustache, and not many people are that person.
I'm about to pull off that mustache, bro. Give me
Please
a few
don't.
minutes.
Give you a few minutes. You can draw it on.
Let me go get my razor. uh, no, I thought this was pretty cool. The little puppet play was awesome too. Like the whole time that they was telling the story about the hero of the South, they was putting on a little puppet play. I thought that was a cool way of demonstrating what actually happened. So, uh,
Oh yeah.
but then we have another flashback. You know, Frieren's really good at flashbacks. This one of their main positives. So
It's the biggest tool in their tool shed.
yeah, and this flashback we get to see a young Frieren. You know, you remember Frieren when she was in the shed in the woods, living her lonesome life. You know, just having fun, picking herbs and shit.
Vaguely, I do.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times here and there. But we see her again there, but this time it's a little different because she has someone else besides Himmel coming to see her. It's actually the hero of the South. So, turns out he was the first one that found her, and he was wanting her to join him in his party, kind of party of two or whatever. Uh, and obviously she turned him down. Because she's like, no, I don't want no part of that. But this was all to show us that, you know, he actually had observation hockey too. Um, he told her, he was like, this is what's gonna happen. You know, there's a young fella gonna come visit your shack in a little while, and you're gonna go with him, and y'all will be the ones to defeat the Demon King. And I'm just like, bro, like that's insane. That's an insane thing to tell Frieren, you know, with that much confidence.
No, dude, it wasn't even that. He was like, "You want to know why I'm the strongest? I can see into the future." Oh,
Exactly.
don't believe me? I'm gonna die in a year to the Demon Lord's right hand man while fighting his 7 sages. But you know what? I'm gonna at least kill him and 3 of those sages at the same time. Don't worry about it. I got this. Even if you joined me, it wouldn't have changed nothing. So don't feel bad.
Yeah, it's fine. I would have died regardless. That's
Like
what.
my god, dude, that's what? Holy shit. And then to make it even better, right? He was like, when you do see
Kimmel,
the next
or yeah,
hero, give him a message from me. And my god, that like chills. Chills, right? Do you
yeah,
remember what he said?
yeah. He said, "I will
I'll
clear a
clear a
path for
I will
y'all,"
clear a path for you.
and it pissed him off. You remember that? We
I
we
do.
we got shown Himmel. We got shown Freeman telling that to him, and Himmel got pissed off.
I don't think it's so much that he got pissed off. I think it was so much like he was upset because he didn't want to have anyone else die to be able to achieve this ending. And essentially he had to die.
But it had to happen, you know, because he
We
he
know.
knew his play. Yeah, he
We
knew.
know.
Freeman knew too, you know, but she didn't tell that part. You know what I mean?
Well, Frieren doesn't care.
Yeah,
She
Freeman
didn't care at the
at
time.
that time. Freeman was like, you know, just old, like old Freeman. You know what I mean? Like she
She
didn't
was
have
there
none
for
of
the
these
ride.
social cues that she does now. So,
Exactly.
but I think it was pretty cool to find out that he had observation hockey too, and that he was like he set up the ponds or whatever. I wonder if he had anything to do with Himmel, like coming to visit her. You know what I mean? So that would be pretty cool if he actually like set him up to visit or whatever. You know?
I don't
But
think that he did. I think that ultimately he just happened to see he was gonna come across Frieren, and then as time went on, he saw like Himmel as well.
mm-hmm.
So when he finally got there, he already knew what was gonna happen. He was still gonna ask anyways, but he already knew.
Well, you know, I kind of agree with Dan too. I think this hero of the South is pretty cool, kind of cooler than Himmel because like he knows he's gonna die, and he's still continuing on as a hero would. You know, I have no doubts that Himmel would too. You know, but still to be able to actually know your future and to continue on that path, even though you know what's gonna happen, is
Yeah, to
it takes a
willingly
different
accept it
person. You
like
know what I
that.
mean? So shout out to him. So really cool. The next thing we got is like Old Town. They go visit another town up north, and Frieren's been here before. She's, trying to dodge. Uh, you can clearly tell she's trying to dodge people. Because I mean, she even passed up a mage sword, bro. Like Frieren doesn't do that. So, um, so they knew something was up. But it turns out that the Lord here, they was looking for Frieren, and turns out their sword was stolen again. Their precious sword, uh, that they've been that it's the clan sword or whatever, and that's their second mission. They got to go out here and find this demon that stole the sword before they can like kill a bunch of people and stuff, and they got to bring it back. So, um, it was pretty interesting to see all this because even though Frieren says, you know, helping people is what Himmel will do, that's why I'm doing this. She tried not to do it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
I think it's because she just didn't want to have to deal with old problems that she's already dealt with before and bring up like memories.
yeah.
If I had to guess, so like she likes the memories, but she also hates having to constantly be brought up about them.
Yeah, because it's melancholic, So, but yeah, I thought this was a pretty interesting time. Uh, and then we, obviously we got to hunt for the demon now. And we actually get to like a village or whatever, and it's like all burnt down and stuff. And there's like a traveling priest here, and she comes out and it's like, yeah, I'm here praying over the dead bodies of the sword demon that killed all these people or whatever. And did you know, Nom, or
No,
did she fool you?
she fooled me.
Really? Okay.
She got me good.
I actually knew that this was a demon. Like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. She was too sus, as the kids would say. So
Something just doesn't add up
yeah,
here.
something just wasn't right. So this was like our first like I guess fight, I guess you could say. It actually looked really good. Like I said, I'm not worried about production going forward because like they done a really good job with this too. Because they actually put a lot of time and effort into the animation here, and this demon got like low diffed, like like 30 seconds max, and they made it seem like it was like a top tier fight, you know what I mean? So it was so beautiful. Um, but I think this shows you that the team still has it. The band still got it, even though that they, been traveling for a little bit, and they had some awkward moments. But they still got it. They still work together like a charm. So, anything you want
Oh
to say
yeah.
about that whole fight?
No, no. Honestly, it was just really good teamwork all around by everyone.
Hell yeah. Uh,
Really showing like Stark's strengths and stuff like that.
Yeah, Starks really stood out. He's like, that's why I'm the front liner because he saved Fern's life or whatever that one time. She was a pretty strong demon, but she was just worrying about the wrong mage. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, you got to pick your poison basically. Like if you worry about Frieren, then you got to worry. Obviously you leaving Fern open, and she's literally good too. So, but Frieren says she got the best reward ever. Um, she can turn red apples into green apples. I don't think that's a good reward, but shout out to her, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, if green apples are your thing, man.
She probably don't even eat apples, man.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't she?
I I've never seen her eat an apple.
Apples are good as
I've
fuck.
seen her eat Hamburg steaks, but not apples. So, but yeah, that's all I got. I don't know if you got anything. Perfect 2 episodes of Frieren, so
Yeah, no, really, really good episodes. Honestly, I don't really have much else. Kind of covered it.
it wasn't like a lot happened, but it was like Frieren, pacing or whatever. So it was perfect for Frieren, I guess you can say.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, let's get into some Hell's Paradise.
Hell yeah.
Episode 2, Reality and Fantasy. Um, so we're gonna start with Gabi versus Chobe, part two. Yeah,
Gabi.
how you feeling about that plant form?
Well, the thing is, I don't know what it reminded you of, but like I thought it reminded me of like Venom. Like, because all the vine, like the tentacle vine things or whatever, like he was stabbing like Venom does. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good comparison to Venom.
Okay.
Like overall, I think it's pretty cool. With Chobe, I don't really like Chobe, but I like the design behind Chobe. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. Um, I'm still a little confused exactly of what exactly was going on there, but we'll get to that later, I'm sure, in a later episode. Um, one thing that was really cool was seeing Gabimaru go all out with his Ninpo,
yeah,
like
um,
doing all the flaming and stuff like that, and all like the little tricks that he was doing.
setting himself on fire and shit. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, right now we're seeing like Gabi Maru like in his old form, his assassin form, right? So
Yeah.
it's cool to see that again. Like it's scary to see that, but it's also cool because like that Gabby Maru is a badass. But
Yes.
that Gabby, with that being said, that Gabby Maru actually had a lot of trouble with Chobe. Like he was struggling and like he was kind of getting his ass beat, and I didn't really expect that honestly. Like considering that Gabby Maru has been hopped up to be like a really strong person, so one of the best assassins. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think a lot of it too is just Gabimaru having to continue with his memory loss, right?
uh huh,
And I think a lot of that really too is just it's showing a lot about how what's like important to him, right? And what drives him. And because he's losing sight of that goal, he's really starting to lose sight of who he is as a person, and now he's not able to be able to fight like that anymore.
yeah. I think we even get like May in the background saying that Chobe really strong, Tao really big or whatever, and she was like, Gabby Maru big too, but not big enough
Tao
because he's
Tao
missing. Yeah,
Tao wrong.
yeah, Tao wrong because he's missing. You have to. It was pretty cool because like she said, you have to have two parts. You have to have like what'd she say, like maybe,
Strong and weak.
yeah, strong and weak or whatever. And the weakness would be, his lost memories, his wife or whatever, right? In order to become really strong, you have to be that. So I thought that was a pretty interesting perspective that we get to see of Gabby Maru, like why he's the strongest, but why he's not able to compete with Chobe. So
Yes. um and then as well too, just seeing Toma, right? During all of this, as he's having to watch everything, he he then actually steps in the way and gets stabbed a bunch of times.
I thought he was
Like, dude,
dead, man.
what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
it's not like it's his fault. He didn't really know that Chobe was starting to lose control over everything.
mhm.
And so like that Tau vortex that it's kind of like traps Chobe in, right? It's like him losing his conscious.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
So I thought that might be like related to Gabby Maru somehow. Like I was kind of confused at that the black vortex or whatever. So
Yep. Nope. That's to do with Chobe, and it's pretty much just like him losing control to the plant Tau that's inside of him.
yeah, it makes
Um,
sense. That makes sense. But yeah,
but yeah, then Toma ends up snapping him back into it.
yeah, because he snaps out of it and he's got his brother in his freaking hands and he's just like, big bro, you stabbed me or whatever, I'm sorry for being such a, burden, weakling. But honestly, like I think that Tomo is like Chobei's weak point, like he has I think that him being there is what causes him to be so strong, kind of like Gabby Maru and his wife or whatever. I think that that's like a pretty um I think that that's what's going on there, you know what I mean?
I mean, potentially.
Yeah.
Um, Last thing we get to see in this section is Toma step up. She actually prevents Gabi from dying.
Oh, you May,
Um,
yeah, May.
or sorry, May. Yeah,
Yeah.
May steps in and does that. She
Crater?
also stops Chobe from going wild, and this turns her into an adult.
Yeah. Teenager, adult, something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her, but she like transforms out, not a kid no more. So,
Who was the chick from Bleach?
Nell.
I'm pretty sure it's like Nell.
Yeah.
Like suppressing her energy and not able to really use it at full power in the small form.
It's something like that. I think it's tied to Tao, and I think it's got something going on with what's her past or something. I don't know. It's confusing, Nom. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that they'll cover it at some point.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, it's time to regroup. Team Sagiri and Team Gabi. And there's a lot of questions amongst the group, right? Um, but Hoko realizes that this group of humans does have the ability to bring great change to this artificial island.
Yeah, because like no other set of humans have defeated a Tenzin before, and they've done it, already.
Yeah. I mean, sure, it took a few of them to take down one, but
It's more,
who's to say they can't do more?
yeah, it's more than it's ever happened before. So they got
Yep.
they got the power maybe. So
Yep. And we're also down to just 8 expeditioners now.
that's pretty cool to know.
Yeah. Um, but then we're gonna skip over that one. The sword dragon is a great comedy relief.
Yes,
Just know
the
that.
sword dragon is very perverted too. And Dan's the type of person that really loves those characters. He loves the perverted characters.
Yes.
Uh,
Another really interesting thing though that I actually liked was the whole interaction between Sagiri and Gabimaru, because at this point Gabimaru is like full hollow. He doesn't really have full sense over his own being and self. And so he's like, yeah, I don't care if I die. Whatever. I'm
mm-hmm.
here to take down the enemy, and that's all that matters. And Sagiri is like horrified because she doesn't understand why this is happening, especially after how much they've bonded and how far he's come since they've been on the island.
Yeah.
Um, so it's interesting though to see the shift in the relationship come full circle.
Yeah, and I think that's what made Seguri act like, because Gabby Maru was going crazy. He was attacking everyone at this time. He's like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know y'all. He couldn't even like determine who they was. Like, all he seen was like blobs or whatever, right?
Yep.
Faceless people or whatever. He's like, these are my enemies potentially. And I thought it was pretty cool, like seeing Sagiri act and say she would handle him and stuff while he was doing all that. And like it's interesting to see that now she's saying that she's not his enemy, that she's an important ally. Whereas if you remember back when they first met, it was totally different. It was a 180. Like she was saying the opposite. So it
Yep.
just tells you how far along that their relationship, their bond has came. And she's, obviously developed something for him. some kind of bond, some kind of relationship, because they're like friends now, or at least she thinks that they are, and that's not a good thing for her like position, because like she's not here to make friends. Like she's supposed to be the watch guard or whatever, right? Make sure they don't try to do nothing stupid or something.
Well,
So
that's the thing is that the plans change. The
yeah,
plan's now to get out alive.
yeah,
So it doesn't matter who you make friends with as long as you get out alive.
yeah. All that went out the window, when they figured out like what's going on with the island. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I also thought it was pretty funny, like the big barbarian dude, what's his name, the sword dragon.
Sword Dragon.
Yeah, he always hits us with the bochu jutsu shit. He's like, "What is this? A bochu jutsu?" Because at the time Sagiri was
to,
on top of him in like a
to be
questionable
fair,
thing.
yes, no, it did look like, I mean, it could have potentially been leading into something very questionable there. It didn't go there, but all the same.
Yeah, I mean, she
Um,
told him to push me off if you're not comfortable with this. And I thought it was going to be like a bochu jutsu. So, but
Same,
it was a lighter
same,
version though. It was a lighter version, just
yeah.
touching this time.
But at this point now, Gabi is starting to get his towel back in place, and he's starting to gain back his memories as well. He can actually see everyone. He's calmed down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
now let's go and see.
the most
Oh, go ahead.
important thing, Nam, he got reminded of why he was actually there and who he was going to see. He remembered his wife because it's scary.
Yeah,
So
like I said, he's getting his memory back.
yeah. So he's
Um,
back.
Chobe in the pit of monsters
Yeah, sort of.
for about a second.
Yeah, they're teasing us like it. That's what I want with Hell's Paradise is fighting, and you're taking it away from me, Nom. Come on now.
It's all right. It's all right. He's on his training arc. We gotta let him. We gotta let him do his thing. You
Hey,
know.
Bochu Jutsu or fighting? I pick fighting. Dan picks Bochu Jutsu. Who do you pick?
I mean, honestly, both of them are enticing options. Just gonna say that right now. I might be like the Tencent and just go for both.
Kudos.
But no, instead of just hanging out with Chobe, because again, you get a microsecond of that.
Yeah.
Uh, Gabi and the group finds a safe place. And just before we get to that, the larger group retreats to a cave to game plan and heal.
Mm-hmm.
Gabi's resolve returns, and he chooses to believe his wife is real instead of an illusion, like Yuzu Ihara is alluding to,
Yeah, because she
which is
starts.
really
Yeah,
conniving of her.
it is, and it makes you wonder, like, is that true? Because it could be true, right?
It could be.
So, like, it could go either way, but like, Gabi Maru's convinced. She's like, no, she's real. Like, I remember little things about her. I even remember her name. It's Yui, and so, but I'm not convinced still. Like, like I think that there could be illusions too. So, it's gonna be interesting to see if which I'm sure it's gonna be a while, but it's gonna be interesting to see what actually happens there. Is she real? Is she not? So,
Yeah,
but
no, I mean, honestly, I wanna believe that she's real, especially because like Gabi Mara's had a really tough time, and he's finally starting to smile for like the first time this season. So
mm-hmm.
you know, he's saying a lot of things. He's got a very vivid picture of her. I want to say that she's real.
I want to too because I want to have hope that Gabi Maru can change, like stay changed, like hope for him. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Um, this is where Dan and Tyler make the obligatory lend a hand joke. Haha, Dragon only has one.
get
Get
it,
it?
get it, get
Lend
it,
a hand.
get it. I love this dude. uh,
The last thing we get to see is going back to Chobe, and there is a a new monster that appears, and it looks like it's a Tenzin.
Oh yeah, for sure is.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that, considering that he's still just trying to get a grasp on his powers in general.
Yeah, and plus he just got done facing Gabby Maru, so he's kind of like not at full strength. So,
He's kind of fucked up.
mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, anything else on that episode?
No, pretty much it.
Awesome.
Hands plus Jujutsu.
Yes. Episode 3, Dawn and Confusion. We're gonna start this episode off with Chobe versus the Tenzin. Just kidding. Gotcha.
Psych.
You thought. No, we're gonna go see Fuchi Dono let the legless monster disappear
mm-hmm.
and help May.
Yeah, and I don't even know what the legless monster is. Do you?
He's just some sort of a Tenzin, like a lesser being.
He acted like he was like a sensei or something to like Chobe and them, right?
Kind of, yeah. Like,
is he like disowned or something?
Instructing them how to use his power type thing.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know why he would let him go, but maybe it's not worth it to try to kill him or whatever. So
probably not. One thing that was really interesting though here was Fuchi actually makes some medicine for May.
Mm-hmm.
And uses it actually to exchange for some information that's going to help them out a little bit later on down the road.
Yeah, smart of him. It should have been done sooner. On it, honestly, they needed more information. So
yes. Next we have Gabimaru versus Dragon, Tomo, Shion, and Nuragai.
A little training segment, a little training arc. So
yes,
it's pretty cool to see the little training arc. I didn't think we'd get one. At least it ain't like a long one, I guess. So, but our man, he's got to like level up somehow, and this is the way to do it. So.
Yeah. Dragon calling Tomo man woman the whole time.
Yeah, and he also had a nickname for Gabby Maru too. He called him Shorty Maru. He's got jokes
all the time. But seeing Gabi Maru's understanding of Tao being at this level from this fight with the Tenzin is really awesome. Mm-hmm. He's got such great control over it at this point. It's kind of scary, honestly.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect him to be able to do the things he did. But I mean, now that he's got his memories back, he's, you remember he was a badass before, and now he's like trying to comprehend a different level, in order to be able to compete against the Tenzin. So.
Yeah, and he's really starting to learn it too. Like he's understanding what the weak points are of his enemies in their Tao, so he can really drive that attack home and actually make that impact. I mean, the way he swung at Nuragai, or the way he swung Nuragai around and damaged everyone else. One, that just goes to show it, but then two, it was really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to see him to do something like that, because he's essentially like using everyone else's Tao and redirecting it back to them, and instead of using his own, he's actually stealing theirs and just sending it back. So yeah, that's a game changer. Like, you go up against someone like the Tenzin, who are way more powerful, and if they attack you with their Tao, if he's able to,
dude, he's Meliodas. Just hit him with the full counter.
Yeah, and if he's able to like perfect this and pull it off at any time, like he's able to use that strong Tao that's coming at him and send it back at him. And that's a recipe for, killing a Tao. It's killing a god. So
yes.
That's the easy way to defeat people, because he knows that he don't have enough Tao himself. So
one other thing that we got here too is different types of Tao.
Yeah, apparently. Avatar.
Um, Earth, Wind, Fire, and
Air.
Air.
those four those four powers come together or whatever, right?
What?
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 Why is
Oh
wind and
wait.
air both in there?
I wonder if he meant water. Sorry, Dan wrote some of these notes. He was probably a few drinks too heavy last night.
I don't think water was one of them, honestly. But
Who knows?
whatever. You guys, if it's wrong, you can roast Dan, linktree.com/anime degens. Find any of the socials in there and just at Dan.
Dan just wanted to throw us off because he wasn't going to be here today.
Yeah, that's it. Tomo requesting training from the sword dragon.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty
and
cool.
honestly, he's really ready to show like he's not the same person that he was when his brother was going all plant mode.
Yeah, well, I
He
mean,
can't let that happen again.
yeah, he's seen how far gone his brother got or whatever. How much effort he was putting in to fighting or whatever, and he realized that he was a burden. So he was like, man, I probably need to help, like I need to kind of earn my weight, or whatever. So the only way to do that is to get better. And the only way to do that is to actually learn from someone that is better. And that is the sword dragon.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool to see him like cut his hair because that's like the pride of like their clan, right? Is like the
And that was
hair.
something that
So
he also took a lot of pride in as well,
yeah.
too. So
Uh and also like after he cut his hair to show his resolve, he also braided it. It was just kind of nice to see because like he made it look like his brother's. I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do. Just reminds you like what he's doing it for. So
yeah, a little tribute.
mm-hmm.
Um, from there though, back to the main event. Chobe versus the intrigued Tensen. Chobe's Tao is a hybrid of the Waitanhua fruit flower that they use to suck the life out of humans,
Interesting.
which is, yeah, very interesting.
I missed that. Good thing Dan called it, I guess.
Yes. Also, Chobe ain't going nowhere unless he levels up and evolves. Like our bro's got to get to Ivysaur level before he can actually do anything.
Yeah, it's hard to get there when you don't have no mana left, right? Like he's literally running on empty right now. I don't know if there's such thing as mana here. I think it's just Tau, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah, and I can't imagine tower regeneration being something that's super quick.
no, but
But again, could be wrong.
yeah, who knows? But I mean, I tell you what, they did have me fooled, Nom. I don't know about you, but like he kind of almost pulled it off, or he thought. So
Yeah.
I thought he did. They really surprised me there.
It was definitely a really good way to kind of like show the power difference at this level, but
Mm-hmm.
also some of Chobe's like evolution. I
Yeah.
don't think that he's gonna be anywhere near done anytime soon.
Oh no,
Um,
I think he might be like a major player going forward. Is what it seems
yeah,
like.
and apparently he also trained with Naruto. Did you know that?
Not Chobe, the Tenzin.
Yeah, the Tenzin trained with Naruto. Did you know that?
Not until they pull out the freaking the clone jutsu.
Yeah,
Like I said, that caught me off guard a big time. I was like, there ain't no way he got him this easy, and turns out he didn't. It was just a clone. He was chilling all along,
yep.
scoping him out. So
I mean, what better way to do it than just send somebody that's not even real?
yeah, exactly. GG's
And it
to him.
turned Yeah, it turns out too that the Tenzin's really interested in Chobei because he can control the flower's Tao and still somehow maintain his sense of self,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't happen. That's why they specifically use that flower because people can't or restrict that.
Yep. So it's really cool to see also that Chobei, he was actually able to, he succumbed to his power the first time, and like Nam said, this time he's able to control it even more. So it was pretty cool to see. I'm proud of him for, learning from his mistakes. So
Yep. And just before anything else major happens, Chobei gets knocked out and has a weird memory of his younger self.
yeah.
Uh, Bochujutsu time?
Both jujutsu.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looks like. Dudes sprawled out on the bed, tied up, looking like a snack to some people. Um, oh man, this is an interesting episode. Um,
Yes.
we learn a lot
But
though.
we do. We do. And turns out that this Tenzin wants to gain a greater understanding of Chobei's abilities by circulating their Tao.
By doing
Uh,
bochu jutsu. And if
yes.
y'all don't know, if y'all don't know what that means, it's basically sex.
Just go watch the first episode. You'll get a better understanding of it.
Yeah.
We learn about the natures, which is actually wood, fire, earth, metal, and water.
Hmm.
Yes. So this is based off of
Naruto, kinda.
well, I was
Naruto
gonna
didn't have
say
metal in it. I don't think.
I believe more like Chinese mythology than that.
I would
Or
say
potentially
so.
Japanese as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely mythology based, historic based. This is a historic kind of anime or whatever. So
Um but no, from there like the whole every time that they talk about Bojutsu and it's the actual Tenzin, it is so weird.
yeah, I think the best thing that we got out of this whole scene, which is important by the way, is that he's actually extremely valuable. Uh because like his human Tao and the Tan mixed and he won. Like we were saying earlier, he was able to control that. And like this is actually the first time that they've actually seen this. And I'm pretty sure they gave an age for this, but like over like 1,000 years, this is the first time that they've seen a situation like this. So that's why she's wanting to see more, to learn more, like how he was able to do this when no one else was able to do it. So, pretty cool thing that Chobei is. That's why I think he said that. That's why I think he's going to be a major player going forward. So
Yes. Real quick too, it is Chinese elements.
Chinese, I got you. Yeah,
Yes.
I knew it had to be something because that's what makes this so confusing, Nam. Is because it's mixing all these like mythology things in it too, So I guess the author really likes the mythology, the history. So
Yes. Um the one good thing out of all of this though, if you guys aren't into the actual like act itself, is that we're finally gonna get some answers because Chobei wants some answers himself.
yeah,
So Um, before that, May actually has some answers for us. And it turns out this crazy island and the Tenzin were created by one human. What the fuck are you doing, guy?
he was experimenting. Let's just say that.
Yes. This human discovered a way to manipulate Tao and just started Shao tuckering.
Show tuckering, Full
Sorry,
Metal
show tuckering.
combining
Yes.
combining things.
All the creatures on the island to create the crazy monsters we've seen throughout it. This was to seek immortality through trial and error.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that was his goal at the time, right? Like, he got sent to make this or whatever, and he just got caught up in it. Like, he just, like, didn't recover from it. You give a scientist or whatever, like a opportunity to, do something like this, and they just go head over heels,
Yeah, you give them a
So
free pass and they will literally extend it
they
as far as they can.
they'll create an island full of Tensen and all that stuff. So, but apparently, like a lot of lives was lost for this. So, we it was like 3,000 children. Like that's crazy, man. 3,000
I
children.
I mean,
But I don't know. This man was crazy, just like
yeah, exactly that.
Show Tucker was mentioned. It's kind of his
Um,
mindset. So,
but so anyways, the Tenzin are a hybrid of plant and human Tao,
mm-hmm,
and they've been tempering their Tao for centuries. The Tenzin are creating Gaiten Tao, which is the elixir of life. Tan is just a prototype where they gather human lives and suck them dry of their life force.
mm-hmm.
And that's basically how they use this to extend their lives. That's the elixir of immortality.
Yeah, that's what they drink or whatever. We seen them drink it here and there. So, um, now we kind of know how it works. So they have to sacrifice lives in order to extend their own. So,
Yep. But that's why exhausting them of their Tao over a short period kills them because they are unable to generate any of their own.
mm-hmm,
They get it from this drink. So, you know, get rid of all their Tao and bam, you got them.
yeah.
The goal once they perfect this elixir, though, eh,
Who knows?
no idea. May doesn't.
Yeah, that's literally the
Um,
only thing that we didn't get out of her is like why, you know. So pretty
yes.
pretty interesting.
All we know is that it is Grandmaster Shufu's will,
Mm-hmm.
and Grandmaster Shufu is actually Jofuku, who served the first emperor during the Qin dynasty.
Yeah, and there you go, Keen. Like that's a Chinese reference. I'm pretty sure. But
Yes.
yeah, Grandmaster Shufu is the one dude that you know done all this. Like that's his name. That's who he was, and he's actually Jofuku. So this is
Yep.
kind of like a lore dump. So pretty cool. So
Huge lore dump.
to find to figure out all this, because we've been wandering around blind for a while. So it's wild to actually figure this stuff out. So
Yeah, but let's find out a little bit more in a more intimate scene. Um, so the Tenzin with Chobe explains that this island is a garden for producing and observing immortal beings. And each of these beings were created for a reason. So it starts with the Hoko, which are tree people, to observe how the immortal live, and the Soshin, which are Buddha fish, which teach Taoism to the Hoko and maintain order.
mm-hmm.
Um, the Tenzin are a combination of Shufu's Tao and Flower Tao, which is interesting. This man literally just took pieces of himself and created little children, essentially.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, I guess, in a way.
Dan thinks that the baby Tenzin with the flower heads are cute as fuck.
Yeah, I mean they might be cute, but they're probably deadly.
Very, I'd imagine.
We want less of
Um,
those, by the way. We want less of those.
yes. Also, if you didn't know, Tau is found everywhere. It's basically like just the dust in the air, like space dust. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone on the mainland being turned into Tau is the goal.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about. Because
All
why
these guys have been doing is trying to perfect Tan so that way they can go and
take over everything?
turn everything into Tau so that way they can do whatever they want
They
with it.
can live forever that way.
Yep.
So
And the Tenzin offers Chobe the chance to join them. Right? They're like, hey, We don't want to turn you into Tan. You actually have some proficiency here. Join us.
Yeah, you actually have some extremely valuable properties. Do bow
Yep.
jujutsu with me, please. uh,
Um, but yeah, so
you think you think Chobei's actually gonna play along, or you think he's gonna like do the classic Chobei thing in a little while and just go ham?
I think he's gonna do the classic Chobei thing and just go ham.
Yeah, create chaos because that's what he's made for, right?
That
So
that seems like a very Chobei thing, Chobei like thing to do. You know.
yeah, so it's
Um,
poor
but
Chobei.
going back to the cave, May is turning into a tree
Yep.
at this point. And it doesn't seem like this has happened to Tenzin like it does the Hoku. So this is all weird, but it turns out this is all Ryan's fault. That's the name of the Tenzin that is messing with Chobei right now.
Yeah, the purple haired one.
Yeah. Um
Turn.
they mentioned something about like a tandem and an oval or something like that.
Yeah.
Um we're not really too sure about what that is, so we'll circle back to that on a future day.
I think it's actually like reproductive things for the Tenson is what I think. And I think that the purple haired chick, she actually like ripped it out or some shit. I'm pretty sure. Or something like that. So I just don't know what caused her to be so mean to May though. You know, because they was both like the first creations of Shufu, right?
Yeah. May
So
and Rain were the first.
yeah, so it's pretty interesting to see like that happen, and like Rain kind of kicked her out, kind of basically, but kicked her out by doing stuff to her or whatever. So I think that might be some of the reasons why she is unique like she is. You know, like turns into a tree. Like normally Tenzin don't do that. So I think maybe it's something that she did, you know, caused that to happen. So, but it's pretty cool seeing all this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Did you cry over the end,
Um
You
I don't want to say that I did.
didn't
It
cry?
was it was no.
You didn't cry
No, it
over
doesn't.
baby Groot? I mean Groot, you know, giving his
No.
life?
If it was Baby Groot it'd be different,
Kinda
but
is though. About the same size.
kind of isn't. It's just a head.
I kind of teared up a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was
We know
pretty
you did.
sad slash wholesome or whatever. Like, you know, it's her daddy, you know, giving her his life or whatever. So it's pretty cool. So pretty sad, sweet, bittersweet. So
It was. But that being said, it was a real good send off too for him.
mm-hmm.
Um, but from there we we get to see a post credit scene which actually has more sword dragon comedy.
That's all. That's all it was. Dan, I thought Dan was like, "Yo, it was a post credit scene," so I went back and watched it. And I was like, "Is this it?"
To be fair though, we do get to learn about the next group of expeditioners.
mm-hmm. Yep, they are here, and they look very strong, according to May. So, gonna be a fun time, Nom.
Yes. Yes, it will.
Well, you got anything else for Hell's Paradise except for it's gonna be gas next week?
No.
I mean, not next week. I mean, I guess it is next week, but next time we talk to y'all about it. So,
Next episode is still next week.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a fun time, I think. Or we might get to go to like some more lore dumping. Who knows? We might go back to Boat Jujutsu. You never know with Hell's Paradise. So, but uh, well, if that's all, then that's it for the winter rundown. And make sure you go give us a follow on all the socials, whatever, linktree.com/anime degens. And we will see you next week with something with the degens. But anyways,
Yep.
peace.
Later.